Okay, I'm going to start you off with some new stuff. There are different kinds of problems. It's new stuff, but easy. Okay. Now, x to the second equals 9. Now, that means there's a number times itself that gives us a product, which is an answer of 9. What is it? Now, it's 3 times 3. That's 1. But another one is you can take -3 times -3 as well, because look what happens when I multiply -3 times -3. That's going to be +9, okay? That's why that works the way that it does. You can go 3 times 3 or -3 times -3. Now, let's go ahead and solve some problems. I would like you to change the 128 to a 127. I wrote that problem wrong. Okay, so I'm actually not going to factor on this. What I'm going to end up doing is boxing up my 5x squared and adding 3 to both sides. I'm going to collect the non-x. So I have 5x squared right there, and then we take 127 plus 3. That's 130. Now I need to divide by my 5. And those cancel, and then x to the power of 2. Then 130 divided by 5 is 26. Now, to get rid of a second power, what you do, you're asking yourself, what number times itself gives you 26? Well, there doesn't exist a real solid number. So what I'm going to do to cancel out a second power is to put a square root over both sides. Okay? So what happens is the square root and the second power cancel out. So we have x. And whenever I square root a number, I could get a positive answer or a negative answer. So put a little positive, negative. And now to find the square root of 26, you go to your calculator. If you're using one of these, you hit your second button. And then you come down here and hit this button. This x to the second, but make sure you hit your second, because the opposite of x second is a square root, and square root your 26, and that gives you 5.09. I'm fine with you not rounding it. Don't worry about that. Just go 2 digits out. So my answer is positive 5.09 and negative 5.09. Those are my two answers. Because when I square root, I get the positive and the negative. Now the next one, there's 2 answers. And then minus 2, minus 2. So that gives me negative 7x squared, and that's going to be negative 196. Now divide both sides by your negative 7 multiplier. And then negative 196 divided by negative 7 is 28. Okay, now to get the second power down to just a regular x, we need to put a square root over both sides, and that's going to allow your second power to go away. And then 28 plus negative. So I square root 28 on my calculator, and that gives me 5.29. So my answers are 5.29 and negative 5.29. Okay, next answer. There's 2 of them. Next problem, I should say. Box him up. Now take your 2 away from both sides. So I have 3x to the second, and then I have 54. Okay, so I'm going to divide by the 3 first. X squared, and that's 18. Make that plus negative. Okay, because the reason why is because the square root of a number could be a positive or a negative answer. 4.24. Really a pretty easy process. So you box up your 4x squared. Remember to get the coefficient. There's nothing we have to add or subtract, so we just need to divide by the 4. That equals 20. Then I square root. That cancels. Then I find the square root of 20. It's going to be 4.47. So my answers are 4.47 and negative 4.47. Okay, next up, two answers. Put a 1 in front as your multiplier. Plus 4 plus 4. So it's 180. That's x, 1x to the second. Now you can get rid of your 1. And then to get rid of your second power, you just square root and square root. So x equals plus or minus. Find the square root of 180. That's going to be 13.41 or 42. I don't care. If you're off by 1, that's fine. Two answers. Minus 3, minus 3. So negative 2x squared. That's going to be negative 24. Then divide by negative 2. That gives me 12. Then I find the square root of 12. And then I square root 12 on my calculator. So 3.46. And negative 3.46. Our next problem's no different. Subtract 2. 4x squared equals 16. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. X to the second equals 4. Square root. That'd be 2. So 2 and negative 2. So minus 6, minus 6. So negative 3x squared. And that's going to be negative 30. Divide by negative 3. X to the second equals 10, and then find the square root of 10 on your calculator, but it could be the positive or the negative. .16, so I could have 3.16 or negative 3.16. Okay, that's that.